Recently, I was driving home from San Diego on a 4 or 5 lane highway, and everything was great and everyone was going full speed. Until we weren't, when a motorcycle had hit into that center barrier and caught fire. And so quickly we went from 4 or 5 lanes down to 2, down to 1 as they were trying to clear out this accident. And so you get pretty frustrated, you can't go anywhere, you don't know what's going on, but as soon as you get past the accident, all you see is open road, and you put your foot down on the gas pedal and you go as fast as you possibly can to make up for lost time. What we experienced at that point was a bottleneck. A bottleneck is the exact phrasing that the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, used yesterday in front of Congress to describe what he sees in the economy and with inflation. Now, we've talked about inflation a few times, but yesterday he spoke specifically on the risk and the worry of inflation. Inflation, at its easiest way to understand, is the rise of prices, mostly consumer goods. You're seeing the price of everything go up. For the last about 10 years, the Federal Reserve has set the inflation rate at about 2%. Last month, they revised that for the rest of this year to be 3.4%, which is pretty dramatically higher than what they were anticipating, after a May report that showed inflation in 1 month had gone up over 5%. So the question we have to ask, is it doom and gloom, or is this just transitory? Transitory meaning it's going to transition back to normal inflation as the economy fully opens, gets back online, people get back to work, the supply chain bottleneck opens up, and then we will see the prices of things go down and inflation go back to its kind of normal historical, or at least in the last 10 or 15 year level. The Federal Reserve in Philadelphia did a survey of professional forecasters and economists who predict inflation will be at about 2.4% over the next 5 years and 2.3% over the next 10. So based on that, if you're a worrier of inflation, those forecasters would say that you would be incorrect. The question that we have to find out is how fast can this economy get fully unloaded, right? How fast can it come back online? Can we get the government to stop spending so much money, which is inflating the currency, which is too many dollars after too few goods? Because if we have a bottleneck where not enough goods are coming through and we have too much money in the system, it will cause prices to go up. But if we can get the government to spend a little bit less money and to get the supply chain open, then that forecast of 2.5% is probably more in line than the 5% we saw in May. So I know we've talked about inflation a lot, but it is something that the market is really paying attention to, and I want to make sure that I give you as much information as I can. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I hope you make it a great week.